Good day, and thank you for joining me here again. Today we're going to be continuing our Midweek Poetry series, changing things up a little bit. Instead of going exclusively with poems that I really enjoy, I'm going to be giving you a mix of some of the most iconic poems in the English language. Um, so we're going to start off with Robert Frost and possibly the most misunderstood poem of all time, The Road Not Taken. So I hope you can sit back, relax, take a break from your day-to-day life, and just enjoy some poetry for a little while. Thank you. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent into the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That's a poem that people often will cite and reference when they're talking about, taking the road less traveled, when in reality, Robert Frost was being a bit ironic there, because really the roads had been worn about the same, hadn't they? The poem itself was actually a reference to somebody that Robert Frost knew in life, and it was a funny joke to him and like one other person, but the rest of the world kind of misunderstood the point he was making there. So I like that one for an odd reason. The next poem is by William Carlos Williams. It's kind of a meme, but I love this poem so much. This is just to say. This is just to say. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. I love that poem. It's so simple. I can just see it written down on a note attached to the refrigerator with a magnet. Sorry, it's your plums. They were so good, so delicious. There's nothing quite like a frozen plum. Next one is often quoted and frequently read at weddings by, again, one of my all-time favorite poets, E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you that whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope and mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. That poem, it's kind of a cliche, but it's so iconic and so beautiful, and very reminiscent of the poetry that E. Cummings was writing when he was in college at Harvard. The next one is a bit of a change of tone. Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines, diggin' in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from the past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts from my ancestors' grave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. It's something else, isn't it? I mean, like the hair on my arms is standing up. The hair on the back of my neck is standing up. It's Maya Angelou, man, I swear. Nobody like her. The whole world, nobody like her. And one final poem, the most iconic poem by one of the most iconic authors in the English language, Rudyard Kipling, If. Rudyard Kipling, if you're not aware, is the author of The Jungle Book. I'm sure we've all seen the movie, maybe the remake, hopefully not the remake. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, don't talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap with all your winnings and rise it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after you are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count on you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Another incredible one. There's a reason why these poems are iconic. There's a reason why they're some of the most well-known poems in English. There's something magnificent and beautiful about them, and ethereal, and just something that just stretches out beyond ages. I really do love it. So that's all that I had for you right now. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this series. I really enjoy making these videos. It gives me a nice break from my reality, and makes things a little nicer for my day. So I hope it does the same for yours. Please like, comment, and interact Please like, subscribe, and interact conscientiously in the comment section below. And may peace and blessings be on you and those you love. Good night.